So today I'm attempting something really stupid. I'm going to attempt to make a full Christmas meal in my RV. I'm talking turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, mashed potatoes, corn casserole. Never done this before. No idea what I'm doing. Barely used any of my convection microwaves or my oven, but we're gonna attempt it. But first, I need freaking coffee. That's step one. All right, so we are gonna start with the turkey and the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is what I'm doing right now. So we have the turkey. I had taken it out 2 days ago. It's thawed. I put it in one of these turkey bags. Was a recommendation from Scott with RV Dreamer. I actually put it in it last night. Added some go-to garlic salt last night so it kind of starts seasoning. I'm going to cook it in this because I don't want the mess. And hopefully it can keep it cooked but contained. I've already chopped up the potatoes. I'm gonna put at the bottom. Carrots and celery I'm gonna put on the bottom. I have 2 giant sweet potatoes that I'm pretty certain be fine to sit down here under the flame. Hoping that's okay. Because I don't exactly have a lot of racks to put things on in my oven. I have 1 rack. I have 1 rack. I don't know if you can set things on this rack here. I don't know if you can. I don't know. This oven is preheating at 350. I'm still throwing the sweet potatoes in because it's going to take them a long time. They're huge. Now, the fun part. I'm going to lube up my turkey with our black tank cleaning gloves.
That really sounds disgusting.
It does really sound disgusting, but this is the gloves that we use to clean the black tank. This is all we have.
We don't clean it. We just use it to...
Well,
not those gloves in particular. They're just from the... They're just the same type.
So I softened a whole brick of Kerrygold Irish cream butter. I put in go-to garlic salt and Bojangles seasoning. That's what we're gonna season. That's what we're gonna season with. I do not know what this is gonna taste like, and I think our company is on his way over.
He's still next door.
As I continue to lube up my meat with butter, I will say that this process did not actually end up working well for me. I know there's probably a million techniques that I could have used that would have worked better, but this, like getting it under the skin or melting it and injecting it in, I just decided that since this was in the bag, it wasn't super important to make sure that it got all over. So as long as I got it generally around the outside and in, and I could get the bag closed, I was fine. I'm not trying to be professional. I was just trying to give us a traditional Christmas dinner in the RV. Okay, so I've got all my carrot, celery in the bottom. I've got butter. I put some flour on the top. I gotta zip tied it all, and I think we're good to go. This is either the worst it's gonna look or the best it's gonna look. I don't know. Next up is the corn casserole, which is a college roommate's recipe of mine, but I made it so much because it's so easy and everybody loves it. I just make it a holiday staple. Just dump everything into a pan, put butter over the top, leave that mac and cheese powder, pack it out, and bake it in the oven for 350 degrees for about an hour. And I guarantee you, your family will absolutely love it. I'm doing it in my convection microwave. Okay, so right now I have the corn casserole going in the convection microwave. I am boiling the stock and the celery and the onions for what will be the stuffing. This thing is coming in super handy, again, to be able to just not, I still have countertop space. So this was a good call. The stuffing recipe I am using is actually James's mom's recipe, and it's a family recipe. If you guys are interested in it, let me know. I can make a separate video on it. It actually, for the first time, turned out wonderful. Thank God. This is also part of the cooking, is when you take breaks in between, so you can freshen up. You know what I mean? So we're about 2 hours in. I just checked my turkey. I'm at about 140. And my stuffing and my corn casserole have been in for about 45 minutes for the corn casserole, about 28 minutes for the stuffing. But it's coming along nicely. I'm gonna mix this up and then I'm gonna put them back in the convection microwave. It's working out pretty well so far. The potatoes, they were hard enough that I could at least break them apart. I'm gonna stick them in the microwave or in the convection oven for longer to see if I can get them softened up with the butter. The corn casserole is pretty almost done. I'm just gonna put some cheese on the top, run it for a little bit longer.
Is that a technical term? Pretty almost?
Pretty almost done, yes. Okay. It's enough for the cheese to melt the top. It'll be good. And my stuffing is also almost done. I think about another 20-30 minutes on that. We'll be good to go. By that point, the turkey should be done. I think the turkey's sitting at about 150 right now, and we want 165 to 170, so we should be good. For those of you that don't know us, we are hanging out in Sugarloaf Key, Florida this winter, and we are so grateful to be here, especially coming from Iowa, sitting in 75 degrees in this beautiful rainy day and being able to cook with all our windows open is just amazing. I will say though, at this point, it was getting pretty warm in the rig and we had to have full AC going and the windows open just to keep the temperature down. That's the problem with RV, is that when you're running an oven, especially a propane oven, and your microwave at the same time, it gets pretty warm in there really quickly. At this point, I have pulled the sweet potatoes back out. They are still not mashing down and getting soft. I just ended up giving up. I threw in the brown sugar and added everything else that I needed to add in and just called it good. I was frustrated at this point. They did not turn out bad, but they didn't turn out great. Oh, and I also burnt myself when I was pulling the sweet potatoes out and in. So thank God I have this fin pill stuff on hand. I carry it all the time. It completely takes the sting out of a burn so quickly. Now we're at the moment you've all been waiting for. Does that turkey actually turn out? And it does, and it's delicious, and it's moist, and oh, I'm so proud of it. That was a big relief for me. I slice up the turkey, I take out all the fixings, the potatoes and everything that was underneath. I start making the turkey gravy, and as the casseroles are finishing up, I pull them all out of the convection microwave and set them up so that it's ready for us to eat. All in all, I would say this is a pretty good success. I mean, what do you think? Here's the turkey gravy. It's still finishing up to thicken up, but we got it to work. There's the sweet potato casserole, the stuffing, the corn casserole, there's the turkey, and there's the mashed potatoes. Well, okay, I didn't pull them out to mash them. By this point, I was done and I gave up. I was pretty just excited that everything else turned out and we can eat these potatoes just the way they are. What do you think, guys? Are you as shocked as I am that this actually worked?
Started making it, had a breakdown. Bon appetit.